because
Do you
I'm
have a
kind of
favorite
glad you
rap
said
beef?
that, bro. Yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead.
Do you have a favorite rap beef?
A favorite rap beef? Yeah, a few of them. I loved Ice Cube against NWA.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah, no
I
Vaseline.
loved MC8 and DJ Quick.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
Shit, I'm trying to think. Them probably the top two that stick out of my head. I liked when MC Pooh and Spice One was going at each other too, and Too Short. All that
Mm,
Yeah.
little bullshit. That was
Speaking of Spice One and DJ Quick, because I just heard on IG that I guess he wants the same respect as Dr. Dre. He just said that, and it's crazy that you was on I think a compilation album with Spice One, like Ready for
yeah,
War.
yeah,
Which I was like, I was listening to Spice One because we were supposed to have him on the show, and I was just, I'm fanned out because
yeah,
one of my things went almost viral with the
yeah,
Rev X shit,
yeah,
and I was over here listening, and then next thing I know, I'm like, it says Court Dog Ready for War. I'm like,
yeah,
shit, and I hear you yelling. I'm like, how dope was it, fucking with Spice? Because Spice be, hollering at you, man. Like I be seeing always showing love.
yeah, yeah. Spice is one of my favorite. He's my top five. He's my favorite rapper of
Mm.
all time. One of them,
Spice. Yeah.
Yeah, Spice. Yeah, that was cool, man. Again, man, like I tell the haters, I was somebody before social media. I can't remember how I came across that. I politicked a lot in the 90s and the early
90s, yeah.
2000s. I moved around and traveled, and I had a lot of connects in California for different reasons. And
Right.
yeah, I came across Spice One. We hooked up. He put me on that play. It was called the Player Rich Project. That was like
Mm.
2000 or something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, shout out to Spice One.
Do you
Right.
have a
And
favorite?
also, well, no, I was about to say your Holding Court podcast. So I don't know why the fuck I had a brain fart. Holding Court. Damn it, fuck.
Man, now you gotta edit this
Cut this
shit.
off. Yeah, cut this off. Holding Court podcast. Which you got a song with, Suited for a Q that's, on the theme music. The podcast, man. Which one you want on your, what I'm saying, a bucket list? You know what I mean? Like, what type of bucket list do you want? You know what I mean? Like, who you want to check off to be on the next, series?
I'll be honest with you, bro. I started out blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
99% of the people that I've had already, I've had Ice-T, Jay Prince, Michael Jai White, Busy Bone, you name it. Of course, Master P, Silk the Shocker. 99% of the people that I had on already, I have a personal relationship with. I've been in LA and Hollywood for 20 years. So this is what I always try to tell people,
Right.
especially the youngsters, man, when you kind of operate with integrity and, you keep your reputation and your name solid and people will show up for you,
Right.
But my bucket list, and having Jay Prince on the show too. See,
Yeah.
I started out with I kind of started out with most of my bucket list, which was Jay Prince and Ice-T.
Yeah.
But again, I had connects with these people before that. So now, to be honest with you, I would love to have Mike Tyson, Magic Johnson, and I would say probably Barack Obama and Will Smith, which
And
I'm
Will
working
Smith?
on. Which Will Smith I'm working on. Yeah.
That's good. Any new artists that you want to, put on your bucket list too, or any big artists that you want to put on the show?
You know what? I'm open, bro. I'm open. I love compelling stories. You know what I mean? I just love the people that highlight and document their journey. I love to, when people can be transparent. Again, I really love what I do, bro. And it's funny because Master P calls me the hood Oprah, right? Because if you think about it, it's not many platforms like mine that where I can have someone like a Chico Brown come on and who was Ricky Ross's Freeway Ricky Ross's co-defendant, right? Where we can talk, we could talk dope prices, we could talk street shit, we could talk hustle shit, but then also talk about the good things he's doing in the community now. We could talk about his evolution. Then I can have someone like a Crip Mac come on and try to give him some game. You know, he and ha and laugh with him and bullshit with him, but then also try to give him some real life knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But then, you know, have someone like a legendary Ice-T, you know, a Jay Prince, you know, but have someone like a Mob James come on where it's therapeutic. You know, Mob James came on and shed real tears. You know, I gave him real encouragement, which was not popular to do. So that's the thing, man. When you own your shit and you operate with integrity and you a leader. See, I don't get it. I don't get into all of that, you know, salacious gossip and all of that shit. You know, like I deal with the human experience. You know what I'm saying? So with Mob James, this is a real street nigga. This is a real OG Piru, regardless of whatever the controversy is in terms of his street reputation or whatever. But, you know, that's still a human being that came on and felt comfortable enough to be transparent and vulnerable, where he shed real tears. Watts homie Quan, he, you know, he from LA, from Watts, you know, he came on, shed real tears. You know what I'm saying? So I just really enjoy being able to, you know, document the culture. And the most gratifying thing, to be honest with you, bro, I travel all over the country, man. And people come up to me and they say, bro, I love how you represent the culture. I love how you represent the culture, man. You know, keep doing what you're doing. So, you know, really, that's what it is, man. I think just, you know, my goal is to operate with integrity. But to answer your question, I would love to have Kevin Gates on. I'm a big Kevin Gates fan. Man, I'm open to any artist that just has a great story. You know what I mean? Anybody that's at the top of their game in their respective fields, you know? So yeah, I'm open, bro.
You seen our rap?
I can see Sleazy World on there too.
Oh yeah, I tried to get him on. We had a scheduling conflict because I was trying to get him on a few months ago when he was in LA, but he had some other commitments or whatever. But of course, like anybody, this is the thing, man. Anybody from Kansas City, you know, now this is the hard part. This is the hard part that I try to explain to them, right?
I'm glad we're talking about this too.
They have to do their work to get to a certain level. You know what I mean? Like people have to understand that when you, depending on what your platform is, like you have some like Famous Animal, right? Which is a influencer. His podcast, his platform is built on breaking unknown acts. It's built on breaking people that are trying to come up. Okay, that's his brand. That's not my brand. My brand and my platform is really people that are already established. You know what I'm saying? So trying to convey that sometime, especially to the home team, I'm like, look, man, you know, I can't even find you. You know what I mean? When I anybody who hit me, because I ain't gonna say that I'm up on what everybody's doing. Somebody
me either, because I understand that, because me either, because I'd be like, okay, who's new out, and nobody answers, and then whenever you do something big, then they be like, hey, check out this new guy. I'm like, well, this ain't the type of platform we do, because I tell them too, this is a you know, not that type of platform that we just put every artist on the show.
The show's the show's called I Only Touch Greatness. It's not called I Only Touch Mediocre.
Yeah, and you know
it's not even mediocre. It's just like they're not fully established yet. You know, that's
what I was about to say. I don't even want to call them mediocre, but they still have their work to do, right? Yeah. Listen, it goes for everybody, even myself. Like just because I had a little notoriety doesn't mean that I could just, I'm Big Court, let's go to No Jumper.
And put everybody on.
It took a year for me to get to the point to where I was in a position to where I could go to No Jumper, but I had to put in the work, right?
And you had the buzz too. You had the buzz that got him on. I
had to create the buzz. So what people don't understand, and I'm specifically talking to Kansas City mainly, like just because you're doing something doesn't mean that you're really doing it. Like it's a million of you. Because if you send me something, like niggas will say, hey bro, I need to come on the podcast, bro. My story crazy, man. I'm doing this. So I'll go, okay, if I got a minute, I'll go try to look them up. I'll go try to see what they got going on. It's like, you ain't doing shit. So who's going to care?
Yeah, and they don't even want to share either.
So
and they don't even want to share either, because even if you did do something for them, then they ain't gonna share it. They ain't gonna promote it. They ain't gonna try to do nothing behind it. But they want to be on in your position. And even with this viral shit, like with the 21 Savage shit, like I was just like, yeah, that's cool. That now everybody's like, oh well, you know what I mean? Now you did it. I'm like, no, not really. I'm really getting backlash because motherfuckers just think now when I go on Clubhouse, oh, you the nigga who's trying to go viral. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm the reason that it went viral. So it's just like, because I said some simple shit of fucking Lil Uzi Vert. It wasn't bad or good or nothing, no clickbait or nothing. It's just a guess, you know what I mean? And it fucking went viral. But the thing is, like, that's why I try to tell them about, you know, the Popular Demand show that I do on IG Live. I'm like, it's kind of good to do stuff like that, you know, but when you reach out to them, they still don't want to do it. Like I tell my friend all the time, I'm like, yeah, I try to do that. And every time I try to do it, they don't ever want to say nothing until they see me doing something on the podcast. Then they want to be like, oh, I want to be on this podcast. Can't be on a lot of podcasts. You gotta make another
the same thing to the Vancouver market. We have a bunch of artists in Vancouver that want to be on the podcast. They haven't established themselves enough for me to dip into that market. I just don't do any Vancouver guys. Someone else already does that, so it's like I don't need to do that. I don't want the Vancouver market.
Hey, I've extended myself to, you know, primarily the Kansas City. To the artists that or to any, not just artists, but anybody again that's at the top of the game that's really putting in the work. And so far, again, I had Tech N9ne on the show. But it's so funny. This is the crazy thing. So Tech N9ne is the biggest artist out of Kansas City, the biggest, you know, one of the biggest brands out of Kansas City. Right. I extended it to him and probably several others that you could consider. Well, let me not consider, but are under him, you know, in terms of popularity and success. Why is it? That's funny how the most successful person showed up. You know what I mean? Because I have people that aren't, you know what I'm saying, that are still, you know, they doing their thing, but they trying to come up, and they doing their thing. Yeah, go figure. They, you know, and I've extended because people will be like, "Why you ain't had so and so?" Like even with Rich the Factor, you know, that's my bro. You know, people ask me all the time, "When you gonna have Rich the Factor?" I'm Rich the Factor, I've extended the invitation. It's on him now. Same here. I've extended to it. You know, that's on him. Even some of the artists that you know, of course, I've extended it to Young Cat, and I understand that I'm in LA. And shout out to Young Cat. Yeah, you know, so but he can still do Zoom though. That's the thing. He could do Zoom. And we try to get Young Cat here. He's like, oh yeah, cool. Him and Marlon Young. We was like, okay, cool. And they never, you know, replied back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you got to take it serious. You know what I mean? Like even with T-Rail, I was just like this. Which I love T-Rail to death, but I'm just like, damn, you seeing this shit, but then. You ain't trying to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is the thing, what's holding us back. I think it's a lot of shit holding us back that we don't want to risk or do no relentless type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to, you know, we get a little comfortable of the position that we at, that we be like, oh yeah, we could just do shows because I gotta do now. I got my money and I can do this with this type of artist. You know what I mean? With these like celebrities whenever they come in, or the type of fucking rapper who's popping, and they be like, oh well, I can do that. But at the end of the day, you want to be the headliner. You just don't want to be the one. You know what I'm saying? Open up for shows. You know, which was what happened. I feel like what happened with that concert, because now they've seen like they was like, oh, we got treated poorly. But it's just like, okay, you saying you're getting treated poorly, but y'all still showed up. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like it's a big platform, but at the end of the day, sometimes some platforms and some opportunities is not for the good. You know what I mean? That's why I just don't understand. Like we just gotta just help each other no matter what it is. You know what I mean? And if we see these motherfuckers who giving us that fucked up platform,
cut these niggas out. But these niggas don't cut them out.
I think
they
too.
Keep going with them.
I think too, as it pertains to Kansas City and probably most, city Midwestern cities, Kansas City has to remember that. I tell people all the time, it's a whole big old world outside of Kansas City, and social media, is the door to that. You know what I'm saying? Like the days of having to rely on local support are over. Social media circumvented that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you fuck with those who fuck with you. When I look at my analytics, between all of my social medias, I think I probably have maybe 200,000 or so people that subscribe and follow, just between all my social medias. But when I look at my analytics, Kansas City is like way down there. Most of my support does not come from Kansas City now.
No, mine's either.
Granted, I've been living in Los Angeles 20 years. You know what I mean? So this is home. But I stopped looking for local support 25 years ago. I learned that in the 90s. I said, okay,
I believe it.
You rock with who rock with you. And usually the Bible says a prophet is not respected in his home. So, we come from cities where the outside people are going to fuck with you first. And then once they see everybody else, like, most of the people that share my stuff on social media are not from Kansas City. If you think about and I just want to point this out, and I'm not saying this is not anything disparaging, but when you think about the Kansas City People's Choice Awards, right? And I'm more speaking to, I'm not talking about the award ceremony. Shout out to Ray.
Shout out to him.
So I'm talking about the mentality of the people, because when they did the best podcast, right? Now, mind you, I'm a Los Angeles nigga at this point, right? But when I saw the podcast list, I was just curious. I was like, okay, let me go. I didn't
see nobody. I thought it would be at least you. I don't even care about myself. That's all
listen, bro. Fuck me. The fact that Funny Marco wasn't on there. So
Funny Marco,
before you even get to me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, damn. So okay, whatever. But then when I went and seen the podcast that was on there, shout out to them, because everybody has to start. Everybody has to build.
Everybody has to start. Right.
So, but Kansas City, I'm kind of like, they're in a bubble because we're not there, and we don't cater to Kansas City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and Marco are still from Kansas City, even though we're not there. So I have a decent sized platform. He has a huge platform. Even you, even you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, I'm speaking to the mentality that they don't see, for the majority, they don't see outside of the bubble. You know what I'm saying? And that confines them. You know what I mean?
It confines their energy. They always got a local mentality, like, because even for Missouri, period. This is just a Missouri thing either.
This is what I'll be trying to tell the artists, bro. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but
no, go ahead. Like,
when artists are always in Kansas City, they post their shit and they like get mad because people don't share it. I'm like, bro, we're in the day and age of blogs. Like, spend your money with the blogs. Go to Say Cheese. Go to, Famous Animal. Go to, Hollywood Unlocked. Go to these platforms, dog, and put it in front of the world. You're and then you got to understand the tech part of it. Like, if you got 20,000 motherfuckers on Facebook that follow you or your friends, you only getting like 3% engagement. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So posting your shit every day, now you just spamming motherfuckers. Like, they're not even seeing. So when you get mad at people not posting your shit, usually it's because they're not even seeing the shit, because of the algorithm. So you got to work that shit. Put that shit in front of the world instead of just thinking, oh, the city don't fuck with me, So I just want to just say that,
But you know what's so crazy? I'm glad you said that, because that's how I started getting the buzz. You see, a lot of people don't know I've already been viral because of the TikTok shit. And my shit got took it down. My shit got taken down, and some of the people fucking benefited off of it, and some of the people copied off of it. But a lot of things that I did, but still, I still get a little buzz because it's still on my shit. You know what I mean? And I can have that. But the thing is, what people is like, even with the social media shit, like you can't just post one thing and thinking that it's gonna, you gotta keep creating, you gotta keep creating and keep creating.
Man,
you can't just stop. You know what I mean? It's like anything.
You gotta throw shit against the wall, see what stick. It's a continuous. That's what I tell people. I tell people
and learn from it.
Consistency is better than perfection. Everyone is not going to be a home run. Everything is not going to be a home run. But when you get that one, you get that one. You know what I'm saying?
Roll with it.
Yeah. You know,
a lot of people lose that momentum too. They lose that momentum, and whenever they see something like, you know what I'm saying, they get a like or they get something that they feel like it's good to them, they lose that momentum of not trying to create nothing else. It's too much, you know what I mean, going on with that. And a lot of things, even with the, you know, with the city, like a lot of people want to stay in the city, but at the end of the day, it's small towns too. Like Tech said, in order to be the hip hop president, you got to go out there and politic. Like, he's been saying
Thank you, bro. That's what I be telling motherfuckers. So like you're in Kansas City, you based in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are the only, you know, in Kansas City. I don't want to deduce you the Kansas City influencer, but for the sake of the conversation, you're the only influencer, blogger, content creator that I know of. I'm gonna say that I have seen that participate in Clubhouse. Nobody else does Clubhouse.
Nobody. And the craziest thing is they talk about everything. And I'm just like, I'm in the position like, these people talk about music. They want to chop it up. They want to talk to you. It's motherfuckers who went diamond. Shout out to my boy, Mano. He went diamond. He did shit with fucking The Weeknd, talking and trying to be like, you know what? Let's build a platform for you, and I'll do a beat with you. But at the end of the day, he's not just gonna do a beat with you. He's gonna weave you out at the end of the day. But the thing is, though, if you that dope, he's gonna do something with you. A lot of these rappers gonna do something, and that's the thing. Like, you got to get out there and look at it, man. And they don't want to look at it like that.